Brass is a huge capital city of the Domain of Flame. The nation of genies known as Ifriti is found on the plane of fire. The Ifriti themselves call the city Famak. It's a city, it's a majestic place, has big towers. The big thing I like about it is it's friendly to merchants. And the reason why is because they've used souls to sort of make a shield for the city against the fire on the outside of the city so that outsiders can tolerate living here, right? And so 2 of you last episode were cursed with some kind of venom from the creatures that blew up in front of you, right? Who was that?
It was me.
Okay, so Mel and
Tom.
Tom,
The curse,
that's right.
the curse of boiling blood.
Uh-oh.
Where we're slowed permanently by 1.
And you're vulnerable to fire, I think. And even as a fire elemental, you take that curse on because it's a curse. Yeah, you guys cleared a street of a bunch of evil foes. You are rewarded by getting to know some of the local lawful parties that handle the city evilly. Is that a word? Evilly, Brett?
Yeah, sure.
Evilly.
According to local law, whether it be good or evil, it's local law.
It's local.
Evil.
No, they call it the City of Brass, and yet I have not seen one trumpet. I have not seen one trombone.
Oh, the thing that you do notice.
I've not seen any New Orleans style jazz band whatsoever.
Yeah, the thing you do notice, Will, in that is you see a lot of brass golems. And most of them have like infernal heat that like roars out of their mouth.
There are so many jokes. I mean, it's like a bunch of people running for the door all at once.
It's like the gif of like the person who like unlocks the scroll and like rolls out the door.
Right.
Yeah.
How big are these brass golems?
They're usually typically large, but some of them are much
Like 10
huge.
feet?
Yeah. Most of them are
10
like
to 20 feet.
Yeah. But a couple of the senior ones look pretty damn large.
So those are the cops.
Maybe. You haven't really seen much movement, to be honest. It's a very lawful city. And there are some significant people in it. There's you guys have been rewarded by being able to find items that you want. But before we get into that, because it is a huge merchant city, which is a good call. You guys haven't been to a place where you can buy stuff. Should we play the cold open?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
Sure.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay. Well, let's do
Go to
it.
the replay.
On the Loaded Dice Rollers podcast,
Missed you guys. I really did.
I took a fucking nap for this.
things got strange in the city of Brass
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait. Whoa. I didn't get that.
on the fire elemental plane.
Let's try to hit it again. And 2 more times in the anus with the claw.
Right there. Where you like it.
If you give a dwarf an anus, he just might give you the claw.
He's going butt stuff.
With the claw.
Howdy!
First time's 38.
No, that's
and
a sound bite.
And the fellowship was confronted by street thugs.
Attack something. Just kill something. Just kill it.
Some might say that they were enticed by the DM.
One might, indeed.
They took them out quickly.
I want to keep killing things.
I got my stapler. I'm okay, but I burned the place down.
However, a bigger threat loomed.
It is really upset.
Nice roll. You didn't give me anything.
How many people can say that this week? Can't believe this. This is loaded dice. What?
And the city was cleared out.
That's exactly my armor class.
Oh, bingo.
Confirmed a critical. Oh my God.
Confirmed a critical, not just a hit. Wait,
No, that's
You're on a 20?
Confirmed critical.
You're on a 20 again?
A critical hit confirmed. Brought to you by Emerald Knights.
Wait, what are
don't.
you talking about right now?
They just killed me.
Oh my God.
Walrus is dead.
You just killed him.
What?
It was a struggle.
So, Will, you're
Yeah, it is.
re-rolling.
I've rolled the die twice.
Okay.
Damn it, stop it.
Change your
now.
dice.
I'm using both of them.
Nice.
You only have 2 sets of d20s?
God.
Yeah. Now, missed all 3 times.
They were on fire.
I think I'm going to do something a little out of the ordinary. I'm going to drop to my knees and pray to Lady Pharasma and ask for a miracle. I'm going to ask her to bathe this whole area in holy positive energy. Oh my God.
Oh.
Heal.
Oh.
And their opponents had a wicked recourse.
I hit twice, right? So that's 83.
83. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so down negative
83
447.
Wow.
You killed it!
Nice.
Curse of boiling blood. Tom, you got to make a 48 will save.
Curse like a man.
You don't want this.
Have to what?
Or be cursed like Mel.
Just roll a 20 sided and hope you get over 48, Will.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 1.
So yeah.
Welcome to the Loaded Dice Rollers podcast.
It looks like Kurt's hair is on fire.
It's like Shinnokuma.
Our third to last episode of season 1.
Oh, can you make that a bit, please?
Nice. Third to
That's
last
awesome.
episode.
Wow.
What the heck?
I'm so sad.
God.
What's happening?
Having a will of 44 and then rolling a 1. I mean, that is just humiliating.
You think that's bad? I was swinging and missing like a freaking kid at T-ball last episode.
It should be in the cold open. Is that what you're saying? Good job, Tom. That's fun. Well, you guys are in the city of Brass. It's super exciting because it's like the first. You guys have been to outer space for the most part of it, right? And then you make it to a city, not just lava pit, but city, and you're like, wow. And you defeat these enemies, and you become appreciated by the city. And now it's your turn to cash in all those items that you have and exchange some merchandise if you want.
I would like to do that.
We would all like to do that.
Actually, the city gives you this guy. He's got like small horns that are on flame, and he kind of is on flame for the most part of it. And he hobbles on 2 hoofed feet, and he says, "What can I get you guys? You are the heroes of the city of Brass."
Hofer, we need you to take us to the Thieves Guild. I heard there's an Ifriti here that is very powerful and knowledgeable on items from this plane and others.
If I were to take you there, I would be part of that guild. And if I wasn't part of the guild, they would kill me for sure.
Well, if you don't take us there, Hofer, I'm going to kill you myself.
So just a little backstory on what Tom's talking about. There is a very infamous guild here of, they're not quite the Thieves Guild. They're kind of like that. They're known assassins, and they're known like the mob, pretty much. And so what Tom's referring to is that your normal guy, like this dude, isn't going to admit that he's on that payroll. If he is on the payroll, Tom, and if he's part of the establishment, he's definitely not going to take you there.
So I'm going to turn to the family.
Family, in my studies, in my library, I've read about this powerful Ifriti on this plane that can get anything from anywhere in this world. We need to find that Ifriti. And I think the only thing that these creatures understand is strength.
But what are you looking for? Why don't you just tell this guy what you're looking for, and he'll find somebody who has it. Maybe it's easier than that.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm looking for a very specific item. It's one that is fabled and may or may not exist, but it's called the Whisper of the First Lie. It has the power to manipulate the mind and make you think something that is not real.
Just like my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Eugenie has an
You
ex-girlfriend?
just had to get her drunk, Eugenie. That's the problem.
What was she like?
It was a one-night stand when he went off with
Right.
Yeah,
The
we have
big
a whole...
fat demon that he had.
The one that
an
made him
angel.
make all those eggs?
Oh God! No! I said girlfriend.
I forgot about her. Oh.
Well, if you ask her, she might say she was a girl.
Damn it, Walrus! What's wrong with you?
No.
You just had to bring it up.
That's right.
That was the old ball and chain action right there.
I am in fact trying to find out what that guild is, because that was sort of just thrown on me.
Because I know what I want, and I don't think it's going to be hard
I
to
know
get.
what I want too.
He says, "How can I help? How can I help you? What do you need?"
Viv, you go first, man.
Do you have any braces of armor too?
If it costs more than 270,000 gold pieces, the answer is no. That's the limit of buying in this city.
That's the max limit?
Yes. And we only
The
have
limit is what?
4d4.
Is what?
We have 4d4 medium items, and we have 3d4 major items in this city that I can locate for you. I'm saying it might take a day or so, but I can find anything for you. That's why I was sent to you from the great.
But wait,
Magus.
I was under the impression that 17th level or lower items were fairly easy to get in the city.
Yes, they are.
All right.
Well,
braces of armor.
Braces of armor.
Like
Very,
14th level.
very, very common. Not sure.
Sultan will find it for us.
It should be probably in that. I passed by 3 shops with it.
So you pass 4 of them. This guy doesn't know where to get them.
Yeah.
You're like, that shop has them. That shop has them.
Ultimately, delay is, if we're getting up the brass tacks, is that we're dealing with the middle.
Yeah, I mean, if you aren't able to get me a deal, I'll just go to this shop over here.
It's a 4,000 gold piece item, and I believe it's 14th level.
Yeah, they got that on every guy has that on their
Okay,
desktop.
well, I go and get it.
That's what she's gonna get.
Inflation is rampant in this.
I don't need you, little man. Either you be useful to us, or I'll make sure that you won't be useful to anyone.
What else can I get for all of you?
He's very aggressive, aren't we?
He has a weird way of hobbling around.
I would like to buy a belt of regeneration. It's a little bit trickier. It's a 17th level item. It costs 15,000 gold pieces.
I believe there's one right there. And
Right. Fantastic. Oh, I love it.
You guys are easy. This is easy.
You guys know what this is, right? Like, it's made out of, some stuff, if you know what I mean. It's made out of
ogre hide.
Giant skin, I believe. Troll hide. Troll hide. It's green and orange. Yeah. Nice.
Rolling. Troll hide.
Troll hide.
Troll hide. Smack him up, rub him down again.
Troll hide.
By the way, we should mention Loaded Dice Rollers after the series over, night of karaoke. Nobody's going to want to miss that. We should put it on YouTube.
We adopted that idea.
Yeah, dude, somebody threw that out tonight.
Oh my god, it's gonna be awesome.
We're just making a canon.
Beyond awesome.
What is
Fellowship
it?
of something tone deaf.
By the way, Tom, for you see, this city has 700,000 population of fire methods, and they all look like your old friend. You keep thinking your friend is like popping up, and you're like, oh, it's not him. It's not G.
Are you saying all fire methods look alike?
Yeah, they all have similarities.
I mean, I'm sure they're all nice methods, but I think they're all fire methods here.
No, can he take a familiar now, or does the claw supersede that?
The claw supersedes that. It's an intelligent item.
It's a claws.
Yeah. He can bond with it. He can put.
Well, dude, I wouldn't give up that claw. That claw is beastie.
Yeah, it's beastie. And then he says they're special items that you need. And Walrus, you're finding something too, right?
Well, I'm a man of the cloth, and I've left a treasure to my compatriots, and I've given what I can back to those who need it. So I've never really kept material possession. So at this level, and knowing that we're off to fight the last of Arnesant's mistakes, I pray to Pharasma very, very deeply. And in game terms, that means I expel 2 miracle spells in a given day. And my lady Pharasma returns to me a previously unknown relic known as her tear, Pharasma's tear. Tear.
Give us a little backstory on the tear, because this is a unique item. So supposedly Pharasma had given a tear away to a very special creature.
Yeah, so Pharasma supposedly is, if you believe the legend and the lore, Pharasma is the one god that's able to navigate between the different universes. So every time a universe collapses, she is so eternal and so powerful that she very cool, Brett. She leaves one world or she leaves one universe and comes to the next and helps start that. But every time she weeps for the old and weeps for the new, and this is her single tear in this newest world, and she bestows it upon those worthy that she deems worthy enough to wield it.
Hang on a second. Every universe that Pharasma visits, that's starting to sound like there's a through line. Like Pharasma visits universe, and it strangely ends up ending all of a sudden.
Wow. I thought
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying.
I was just saying. I thought it was Pharasma when she stubbed a toe and she cried just a little bit.
Also, that is a lesser known version of the story. Lesser known version. But yeah, the single tear, it resembles a tear shaped pearl that is on a non-ornate silvery chain. But if one that believes and worships the Pale Lady holds it in their hand, it's lighter than air. But for those that do not worship her and do not realize her and embrace her tenets, it's impossible to lift. And for anyone looking into the pearl, though, it looks like a constantly swirling fog inside the small pearl. And if they look hard enough, the fog coalesces into a familiar shape to those who worship the lady, which is her holy symbol.
A pearl of wisdom, if you will.
Love it.
Oh, it's so much wiser than that, but yes.
Roll a D100 for me. Let me know.
Me?
Let me know.
All right.
What that looks like.
A giant storm appears on the city of Brass.
You're all dead.
Thunder and lightning and molten lava.
39.
34?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so what kind of things are bestowed on this item?
It's got 2 gifts, and by gifts I mean GIFT for my lady. Now, normally a relic of this level would have like 5, but we're kind of making it honest here.
Okay, that's perfect.
So its grand gift, in the domain that I follow, is life everlasting. Okay. So when I have to make this gift, I get a 10-foot emanation that centers on me. Everybody that's in it, including me, at the end of the round gets 10 hit points back. It's like a constant regen spell that lasts for a minute.
And how do you activate that gift? Is it one action?
By the way, you can't stack regen. I was just reading about this. So the higher regeneration supersedes the other one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And Kurt, I don't have an answer for you. Hopefully it's a free action, but
And I should be honest with the listeners. We've made this mistake. So if you frighten 2 and something if you're frightened 1,
2 actions, Javan,
and something frightens you 2, you take the 2. You don't stack it. So whatever's the more. The frightened scale.
Yeah, no,
and speaking of frightened,
so it doesn't like add up. It just like whatever. Okay.
Yeah, the other gift, which is 2 actions. Thanks, Kurt, for rubbing that in.
Nice.
Is Holy Light.
I know.
Holy Light.
Holy Light is another kind of emanation where
if you talk like waters, it might sound like holy shite.
Holy shite. No, that's a different gift.
Oh, that's a different shite.
You go short.
So Holy Light
require wiping.
Another 2 actions. It's a 30-foot emanation in that case, but the pearl radiates with a bright light.
Ooh.
And evil creatures in the area are automatically frightened 1.
Ooh.
They don't get a save to it. It just is what it is.
Yep.
And they can't go lower than 1 as long as they remain in the light.
Love it.
Fiends in the area, which would be nice against some fiends if we come across them.
Yeah.
Increases their weakness to any good damage on top of what they already got by 5. And that lasts for a minute.
Wow, that's great.
So not so much like a pocket nuke, but more of like a flashbang.
Sure.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Especially considering where we are now. I mean, not to make
that's a
assumptions.
good description.
Well, it is lawful evil here in this town, and Walrus, your skin creeps with every second that you're here. But what you would notice is fiends would have a really rough time here just because of their chaotic nature. But on the fire plane in general, they would probably be pretty common. And anybody else have items? Will, you got your tankard?
I was gonna say a good cask of ale. I mean, well, that's the thing. There's like my tankard never like empties. So.
Well, it does if it's a keg's worth of ale, but that's
no. I thought the mystical like tankard that I got from Buzzon and from Caden Kelly, and it never empties.
No, it does. It's like it can hold like a keg's worth. So yeah, I mean, it's almost like a bag of holding.
Just go refill it.
But it's a tankard of hold. You have to refill it. But
it's like fire whiskey.
But the brew he gave you is from Elysium, so once it's empty, you're gonna get this special.
So how many? That's the question. Then how many tankards consist of a keg, or how many tankards are in a keg?
100.
Yeah, you gotta know.
that's actually an
so
I was never gonna figure this out.
But you know that I've had like 2 barrels of ale in my bag of holding this whole time.
They are
right?
so spoiled and rotten at this point. They just
overheated.
They overheated in the fire plane.
Oh. Fine, take them out and pour it out.
Piss water.
You could use it to put out fire. That's true. There you go.
That's fine. It's a good fire extinguisher.
But Will, you get offered from the Grand Sultana. She knows about your tankard. Her
guitar player.
Yeah, the Grand Sultana.
Yeah, Carlos's sister.
Thanks for picking up what I was putting down, Great.
She has sent this guy. You know, he says the Grand Sultana will give you 2,700,000 gold pieces for your tankard.
What the hell?
Hit
2.7 million gold pieces.
Wow.
For that tankard.
She's very interested.
What can you get that can replace the?
That's the thing. Is like that's like.
Well, then you know it's worth.
If it wasn't a holy relic like to Caden Galen, I might have considered that. But
No way.
Just kind of put in perspective for Eugenia, like how much this thing is worth. And so like you see Eugenia's mind like blank for a second. Not like drunk blank, but like what? Yeah. Nice. Before he's very careful, like, thank you, but I can't. I appreciate the offer, but I can't.
That's indomitable will right there. There's Will being indomitable.
Indomitable.
Good job.
7 million. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you're offered that, and then he lets you know that that's an offer here for you. She's very interested in that tankard. It must be very special. So anybody else looking for items? Tom, you're looking for a unique item. You know, Walrus, you wished for the tier, right? Is that how you got it? You used a miracle.
I used 2 miracles, not 1 but 2.
So Tom, what your item is a wondrous item that you want?
Yeah, it is a wondrous item.
Okay, those are a little more hard.
It's a rare item.
Okay, so they can't possibly get it? Oh, it's rare?
Yeah, it's rare. It doesn't say wondrous. It says rarity is rare.
It's a 20th level item. Kurt, how many? Do you remember how many level 20 items were in the city?
It took a number of days to locate them. I think you could get 1, but I think it takes like 3 days.
Did you take a level 20th item? You didn't?
No, I took a 17th level, which was not on the chart. Okay. So that's basically freebie.
So Tom, your best hope at grabbing an item, 20th level item, is to hang out for like a few more days and wait, or you guys are extremely powerful.
You have to negotiate.
You have some miracles.
You can negotiate with my
wishes.
Tom, how many wishes do you get a day if you're using your bonded item?
I get 3, and I've used 1
per day. So over 3 days, you could combine 9 wishes into an item.
Well, right now I can use 2 wishes back to back and go to sleep, and then wake up fully recharged. Right? If we haven't slept yet.
Well, I don't know how you're changing the topic, but okay, you could do that as well.
He just really wants to take a nap.
So you can
wish. Okay.
You can wish for this item. You can wish to make a similar item, or you can wait a few days to get the item and pay the full price.
Right. So you can try and craft it or create it with wishes or whatnot, or if you want to wait 3 days, you're gonna have to pay full freight, which is 60K.
I love the wish shortcut on crafting. That's amazing. Good job.
That is amazing.
Or you can just wish for the item.
Well, are we all going to stay here for a couple?
Whatever you need, bro. I mean, this is choose your adventure.
Seems like a hot
roam around and look around, right?
Well, Walrus is dedicated 1 day there, so you slept a night. He spent his miracles for the next day, and then you're probably going to spend the night again, so he can get his spells back, right?
Yeah, we'll probably have 2 days here at least. Right. I mean,
okay, so if that's that,
I mean, Tom, you could live here.
And it goes without saying, I mean, not that it's necessary, but we're at the level where a night's rest won't recover everybody's healing. So I'll fill in the gaps. So everybody's definitely healed by now.
Being that we're in the realm of fire, I look at the little servant Huffer dude that came out.
Huffer, take me to a temple where I can speak to Saren Ray directly.
Oh, good.
In this town?
The fire god, the god of fire.
Yes.
He gets all excited.
Never mind.
He clip-clops away, leading you down a path. Is just you going?
Family, I'm going to follow this creature. If you want to come, please come with me.
Anybody go?
Yeah, we're not leaving you alone. We're coming.
Oh, yeah, you can split up, Scooby-Doo. Tom's got his mansion up. You guys can hang in there, probably.
I was gonna say, if we've got the mansion up, I might hang there because if the plane of fire, if this is like a lawful evil town, that makes it like the exact opposite of Eugenics. So I'm pretty sure he's like.
But I don't think that you would be safer in there versus with us.
I'm not talking about safe. I'm just talking about, it's like, okay, imagine an Amish person going to Las Vegas. Probably just a bit of a, maybe just a bit of like a jarring.
Sounds like an Adam Sandler movie to me.
Damn it, Adam, I'm trademarking this right now. You want to take this, you come to me.
You would call it Lamish Vegas.
Hey!
Lamish Vegas.
Hey, Happy Madison happens to be a devout listener of the podcast.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wouldn't have believed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm thinking Eugenie is probably like, he knows that he can get some good beer and whatnot. He can have a decent time.
Oh, come on, Tom. Go find your god by your own. Put everybody in your mansion. All right, Tom leaves.
I go with him.
Okay, you're taking Viv with you. Okay, good.
Viv, let's go.
Reminds you of that one night in Belmar's Keep where you guys were alone.
Don't make me regret it.
Yeah, don't make it
one
weird.
night in Balmar's and the world's your oyster.
Was that a chess reference?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, it was.
Nice.
One night in Bangkok, one night in Belmar.
Nice. That was a call. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Warrock, Eugenie, we'll meet you back in the mansion.
Sounds like a good plan.
Don't get in trouble, please. I don't want to have to bail you out.
I got your sister with me to save me.
I'm not worried about her. I'm worried about you.
Walrus is having a drink with me.
It's the little one. He gets in trouble. Don't take your clothes off.
I think if he takes his clothes off in this town, something's likely to get burnt, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think that's
All right, let's go.
So we already have kind of our clothes off. So we follow the hoofer.
Okay. Yeah, you're fire elementals. So you go with this little guy, and he clip-clops down the way, and he takes you to the largest Saren Ray temple there is in the city, and it's quite large, to be honest. And it's expected at the doorway that you give some kind of gift to Saren Ray, and it's greedily collected very lawfully by the cleric, the head cleric there. Seems to be this very powerful Afridi. And he calls himself Jolanti. He says
Jolanti.
But he's not there at first. And so you're welcome to enter the temple. It's suggested that you both leave something generous for Saren Ray here. And he points toward this area where people have left all sorts of items and gold and a chicken.
And a chicken.
Chicken.
Okay, so Therman walks over to the altar where things are being left. And he pulls out a scroll of freedom of movement from his bag.
Oh, okay.
And he gets down on one knee and he puts the scroll down on the altar.
Oh, good.
Viv walks over and takes out of her bag holding a wooden hyena that she got about 30 episodes ago and tosses it down into the box, and it kind of makes like a little clunk.
That seems about right.
And so I just kind of stand there awkwardly next to Therman, who's kneeling.
I think Tom, Saren Ray will actually like that, Viv.
You win a house point from the from the house, the organization. So that means you can re-roll or use that house point to your advantage. And the hyena, maybe not so much. But you're welcome.
It's a wooden hyena.
Yeah, they can burn it. It's great.
Yeah.
So Tom, what do you do in the temple? As you look around, you see fire, the god of fire, and you see all these images, and it's brilliant. You've never seen anything like it. Actually makes you appreciate who she is.
So I think Therman stands there in awe for a second, and then he walks. He approaches the front of the temple. Where is there a statue, or is there any kind of artwork with Saren Ray?
There's plenty, and there's a lot of brass golems around.
Okay, so he would walk up to the most prominent statue or piece of art towards the front.
Yeah, she's spread like a cross and like a downward dagger with her angelic wings that float up to the top, followed by a brilliant sun behind her head.
Okay.
They call it the dawn flower.
I'm following Therman this whole time. Just
are you paying? You know all this stuff. You were a Saren Ray worshiper, correct?
Right. Okay. Well, until she abandoned me, but yeah.
Viv, stay here. I must talk to my god by myself.
I guess, but how far are you? Why else did I come here if you're just gonna go into a room by yourself?
Well, it's not a room. I'm going 5 feet ahead, and you're just standing behind me.
Just tell me to
back.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
I go over to one of the things and just start fiddling around with
this old Afridi lady comes over, just Saren Ray is the ultimate god of redemption for all evildoers, all of you. All of you.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything to offer.
Oh, I wasn't expecting anything to offer. It's just that Saren Ray is the ultimate redeemer of evildoers, as yourself.
I understand, lady, but do you understand the amount of information that I get from some of the guys back from that we're with?
The evildoers?
I get it.
Yes, the evildoers that you're with?
I like slowly step away while I just keep an eye on Therman.
I will pray for you. She gets down underneath. She starts playing. Please let this lady... What is your name? Wait. She's like inching away.
So as Thurman finally, gets up front in front of the statue, kind of looking over his shoulder at
the Dawnflower,
and chuckling to himself a bit, he looks up at the Dawnflower and he disrobes first and foremost.
Oh Christ!
I glance over and completely forget that he has a tattoo on his ass.
Oh, but wait, you're a fire emblem, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you see what he's doing, but nobody else does.
But no one else can see. So
nobody else
to see the full Monty
can see what he's doing. They just see fire. It's like,
but I figured Thurman figures his god can see it. So he disrobes, and then in his pack he takes the wooden figurine that was the figurine of the Whispering Tyrant that he found in the witch's tent.
The witch's shack, yeah, the witch's tent, yeah.
And he holds it up.
Good recall. There's a star for Tom.
He holds it up.
That's a great recall.
To the statue.
Yeah.
Saren Ray, you and I have not always been on the same page. And I have been tormented. And I have found darkness. And I have almost died. Actually, I have died, and you haven't been there. You have hurt me and hurt my family. But yet, I still feel loyalty to you. I still feel like there is a connection. The fire bonds us, and that will never go away. But in this moment where light and darkness comes together, I need you to grant me 2 wishes to help with our destiny, to help us take this evil figurine that's inside me and melt it and destroy it and set me free with this item that I'm going to wish for, so that we may save all that there is and all that there was.
And with that, his hand clamps so hard that fire starts to engulf the figurine, and the figurine goes up in flame in his hand. And then he drops to his knees.
Saren Ray, please grant me the wish. I wish that I had in my hand the item, Whisperer of the First Lie.
He grasps his hands, closes his eyes, and concentrates. That's his first wish.
Are you going to make a second one immediately after, or?
Immediately after.
Okay, speech is free. I guess a wish takes a round, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So if nothing happens, immediately after he looks back up.
Yeah.
Saren Ray, grant me this wish, this one thing. Let me know that you are there and that fire bonds us. I wish to have in my hand the Whisper of the First Lie.
Didn't you just wish for that?
Yeah.
Do you wish for it twice?
Yeah.
No, he has to mark it for it the first time, I think.
Oh, did you just make the same wish twice? Or just once?
I wished for the item and it didn't appear, and I wished.
Oh, yeah. No, it appears.
Oh, it did appear.
Yeah.
Okay, well then.
But it came with somebody else.
Huh?
Yeah. So I don't have a great depiction of this, but here we go. Because I didn't know you guys were going to church, but this is awesome. With your wish, a Baylor Demon shows up holding your item.
Holy shit.
And he's got a long whip, and everybody needs to roll initiative. The whole church is going to be brought down for this.
Alright, let's take a thing.
Oh wait, it's only Viv and Therman. We're not there.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a start for a wish,
A
Tom.
natural 20.
Actually, you too.
Nice, thank you, Viv.
Boris.
Thank you.
Can we get there? We can't get there,
Because
can
you
we?
use miracles to get your thing.
Yep.
They always get.
We probably don't even
They
know
always get
that's happening.
stars.
No, we
I'm
don't
back
know what's
reading,
happening.
but I'm back in the magical mansion, right? Reading.
Yeah, you guys
religious
are
books.
chilling out, and it's
Yeah, it's
everything's
gonna be one of
good.
those where it's like a smash cut to
Yeah.
like calm,
I got
like
a-
having a drink at the mansion, smash cut back to the temple going up in flames.
I look
smash
at
cut back to the
And that 20 on.
Yeah, let's do that actually, Will.
Initiative.
Let's do. Can you keep time? Can you call like a minute and a half, and we'll just
all right. Well, I'm
cut-
gonna start the timer, and
Yeah,
then I'll
we'll
just
cut to
like,
you guys in the mansion, and we'll
Does
cut
something
back.
feel weird to you? You feel like something should. Nah.
You mean besides the fact that we are on the plane completely composed of fire?
Nah, that's a fair point. Will you pass me another margarita, please?
Absolutely, my good.
All right, here's the initiative. 13.
It's weird, actually. I've been fighting every day for the last 6 months, and now I'm just eating food and drinking. It's weird.
Learn to enjoy the little things, my good friend.
Yeah. Well, it seems like something's wrong.
That is what Tom and Viv are off doing right now. They're off enjoying some time to themselves, and we're off enjoying
Mine's 48.
42 for Therman.
So Mel rolled a 20, so ultimately she'd probably go first, right? And then the Baylor, and then Tom.
I also have the battle cry.
Is in. Yeah. Right. Battle cry. You get a free initiative, and you can do scared to death. And
How
that, or-
sanctified was this church if a demon just popped up in the middle of it? I'm just saying, it must be an act.
Tom's betrayal of Saren Ray over the years.
No, wait. Hold on a second. Battle cry. I don't think you could do scared to death and battle cry in the same action.
I'll probably do, well, scared to death, battle cry isn't an action, so it's just a free.
Yeah, so it's at least your level. So the most that scared to death would do is frighten it to perhaps make it run.
That's if it's free. I mean, get it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do it. It's top of initiative.
I thought you battle cry and scared to death couldn't be done.
Oliver's here.
Hi.
So
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and battle cry.
okay, it's his will.
Yeah.
Plus 10, so 44. You got to beat a 44 plus 1, so 45.
And what am I rolling with?
You're rolling.
A natural 20 again.
Intimidation.
Wow. You got
Save
it.
those for later, Mel.
Wow.
Jesus.
Nice.
Don't waste all the
I
good
just did
juju
2 in
early.
a row.
So that works as an intimidation check.
Intimidation check.
So
Now the
then it
target
would be
makes a DC 44 fortitude save.
Or be intimidated?
So it makes a fortitude save.
Okay, so he is...
What's your DC for the spell? Because he makes a fortitude save against you for the scared.
He's plus 39. Here he goes. 20.
Oh, I hate that orange dice.
Look at that. There it is. There it is,
Hold
Brad.
on, what, 14 plus what? Hold on, what is it?
I rolled a 20 against it.
Oh, we rolled a 20. Okay,
Yeah.
so he saved on that. So then hold on. The scared to death just means that he is
Succeed, portal,
frightened too. He's frightened too.
Yeah, they're just frightened too, and
Frightened
is
too.
fleeing for 1 round. But it suffers no effect on a critical success.
The thing that you guys need to see on that is the incapacitation trait. That's what you're not paying attention to.
No, but it says either fortitude save or die. On a successful save, the subject is frightened 2, fleeing 1.
Yeah, if the spell has an incapacitation trait, any creature of more than twice the level spell, right?
It's not a spell. It's a feat.
Twice the
It's
level
scared to death.
treats the result
It's a
as a
feat.
check to prevent being incapacitated by the spell as 1 degree success
It's
better.
not a spell.
But it's not a spell.
Okay, so it would be treated as 1 degree better than the success that he had, which was a
Okay.
critical success, by the way.
Oh my god, I've been muted the whole time. I've been trying to talk. Oh my god, I don't know how long I've been muted for.
So he's probably just fighting.
I think you critically succeeded. You got a 20 plus whatever, and so if you have 10 more than
We both
the
got
DC.
20s. Yeah.
So yeah, you did get it right, which put him in. Yeah.
Yeah, so a target succeeds, fortitude save.
I think he's just frightened too. I think he's just
frightened 2 is reasonable.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
worth the star. You
so-
just intimidated a Baylor demon.
Yeah, well,
That's
I still
amazing.
get all
That
of
is
my
amazing.
turns. So I'm going to go ahead and go into rage for my first action.
Because why wouldn't you?
Because I now also have Therman next to me. I can give one of my
Shared rages.
rage traits.
Why don't you? Is it your turn yet, Viv? 'Cause I think he goes first.
No, she rolled a 20 on initiative.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, right. Yeah. He got a higher initiative. Let's cut back to the mansion. Will, what's going on at the mansion?
Oh my
So how about this? Kiss my ash.
Kiss my ass. You just.
I think most likely we're going to find the fight at some point in this town again.
You know what? The
I
more
want to
you
try and
drink,
be a
the
little.
creative you get. Just drink more beer.
All right, you don't have to ask me twice, my friend.
Okay, drink more beer. All right.
Listen, I deal with a lot of physical therapy, and I have to tell you, this particular one servant that Therman's conjured, gives an amazing massage.
Really?
Really getting in there. Really, I gotta recommend
What are
him.
you talking about? I've only seen little pipsqueaks. There's nobody could touch me.
Well, look, I bet you if you give this guy a chance. What's your name there?
Actually, I think
Steven. If you give Steven a chance to probably really get in there and really work out those knots for your order.
Walrus might have a good
You got
point,
R&R. It's all about the R&R.
Walrus might have a good point because if you're very tiny, you can more pinpoint your focus, and he might be able to get all those good knots at them.
It's really weird when you go. I don't mind it so much going down to like huge creatures, but when you go to gargantuan, it really knots up in the back. It's just
I can't even imagine.
Oh, by the way, did you guys dismiss being fire elementals in the mansion? Because you'd burn it up.
God, yeah. I'm not going to set Therman's place on fire.
No, I'm not dismissing that. I love this.
So he's isolated in the marble room.
Yes, I'm in the marble room, sleeping on the floor.
He's half in a bath. Half bath.
If it's something that we can like put on and put off, and put on and take off, like a costume, like whenever we're doing it, then I'll definitely take it off. But if it's one of those things where it's like once we lose it, then
don't take it off.
Yeah, don't take it off.
All right, yeah, then I'm staying put there.
You guys get corralled into a certain room that's all marble.
All right, fine. Where are they anyway?
All right, let's cut
They're
back
probably
to
goofing around, probably playing video games.
Let's cut back to Viv and Tom. Ready? Whose turn is it? Brad?
Demons kicks it off, really.
Oh, God, here he goes. He has an aura.
Yeah, an aura, yep. 20-foot aura.
Yep, so you guys have to make a save against his aura, so please roll against that.
What's the save?
14. What's the save?
I don't know if it is a save.
Oh, God, it's just
if you take fire damage, you're screwed. But if you don't, then you're
actually,
fine.
both you guys are.
Both of us take fire damage.
You're both cursed.
Whoa, you are. You're right.
Yeah, but wait, aren't they in the elemental form? They don't take fire damage.
No, they get the curse
They
of
got that
boiling
curse.
blood when they kill those major.
It would even work on fire
elementals.
element. Kurt's like, you guys gotta have to save
These are the
these
two
guys.
worst people to fight
All
a
right,
fire guy. That's awesome.
You take, you started your turn in the aura, so you take 3d6 plus 10 fire damage, or 6d6 fire damage if the Baylor has you grabbed or restrained. So we're gonna do 3 because you guys.
Yeah, 3d6 plus 10 for both of them.
Oh my God. All right, 10, 13 plus 10, 23 for both you guys.
All right.
Oh my God, the whole place is gonna erupt in fire. He's got this huge Vorpal cold iron silver longsword. It looks amazing, and he just like brings it down and he goes. Who's it going? Tom or Viv?
Probably Tom, because Tom made the wish.
Okay, yeah. Okay, here he goes. 50?
Hits.
It's plus 35. 8. It's plus 35 is 43.
43 misses. I have a AC of 45.
Wow. Here comes plus. Ooh, 6 plus. Missed. Well, it hit you once. That's crazy. So just 48 plus 17 slashing plus evil.
Yeah.
31 points of damage.
Okay, is that plus a d6 evil?
Yeah, that was even with plus evil.
Is
Oh, what's your max hit points, Tom?
250.
Oh, 250?
250.
Okay. And Viv, what's your max hit points? Do you know? Is it still 323 or?
It's about to be 368.
Tom, he looks after he hits you. He says to you in Abyssal. You speak Abyssal? Give it back.
You.
And I say back, never, and you will not pass. You will go back home and forget that you ever came here.
And he gets ready. All right, whose turn is it? It's Viv's turn?
I'm gonna go into rage. And since I have shared rage, that now means that Therman now gets an additional 18 damage and a temporary 26 hit points.
Nice. Very good.
Exactly.
Okay, so I have Giant's Lunge, so when raging, I get an extra 10
there you
feet
go.
on all of my melee attacks.
Perfect. Okay, nice job.
1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Hold on.
16
Fly, you
plus
fool.
37.
Get you on the leg.
15 plus 37?
What?
16 plus 37.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay, I'm just gonna do the first bit of damage on that.
So what's your weapon, Mel, that you fight with?
I fight with my major striking great axe that's
Nice.
been like blessed and ruined up the butt. And then so I do 52 points of damage and then 5 points of positive energy damage. So that's my first, and now I'm gonna go and try again and do the same thing. Just stay right there. All right, I got an 18 plus 32. And it's gonna be, these are not, 45 points of damage plus
Nice.
4 positive energy.
Okay, so the positive energy actually does 6
There's
points.
more.
Yeah.
There's 20 more, right, Spence? Yeah.
I'm imagining positive like damage being Viv saying something like, "You look really great today," and the demon's like, "Ow, stop it!"
No more compliments.
And then
You're kicking its
last
ass. Wow, that's
one,
great.
17 plus 27 to hit.
Miss. All right, now it's Tom's turn.
Oh, I'm going
better.
to.
Thurman, pop him up.
Claw, it's
Remember, you
time
get
to
a plus
kick some
18
demon
damage.
ass.
And with that, shoot the claw at him 3 times in a row. 17 plus 38. 14 plus 34.
48.
19 plus 30.
Did you minus 10 from that?
14 and 19. 17 plus 38.
Wow.
14 plus 34 and 19 plus 30.
Okay, you hit it all 3 times.
Dang.
Damn.
So what size is the Baylor? Because Viv did enough damage probably to make it have to make a save.
Oh,
but,
it's large. Yeah, you're right.
So let's roll
It made
2
it.
times.
It made it.
All right.
84, and then plus 18. So it is 138 points of damage.
Wow.
How much damage?
Damn.
138 points of damage.
Whoa.
Hot damn.
That's 3 separate attacks, though, right?
That was 3 separate attacks.
All right.
That was the total damage.
He looks pretty angry.
I think we're in some shit.
Stop that.
He looks really mad. So
Top of the
Did you
round, it's his
add
turn.
18 hit points for every single one? So 18 times 3?
Oh, no, I didn't. All right, so you have to add.
So that's
All
another
right, so on top of that,
36
it's another-
points of damage on top of that.
18 times 3.
He's still the same level of angry. Still the same.
Well,
level.
hold on. I think we're talking about cold iron, guys. Just saying.
Irony.
I mean, that's like 160 points of damage you just took. Something like that.
It doesn't matter if it's not.
I guess those are 3 hits,
Yeah,
so still.
cold iron.
All right, so new rounds today. They take fire damage against Spencer. Kick off the
That's
top of the
right.
round. 3d6 plus 10.
7 plus 10.
17 points.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, here he goes. He's got a Vorpal sword. Both of you there. Who did more damage? Tom.
I'm sorry. No, you're right. No,
No,
Tom
I
did more.
did much more than one.
Yeah, with a 36.
38.
Yeah, Tom did more. Yep.
84.
He's got a
36,
plan.
36.
I feel like he should almost use his whip because then he can put people on a whip. But
Demon, leave. This is not a fight you want to fight.
give it back.
Yeah, but that just kind of grab. That just grabs and stuff. Doesn't really do anything. They can't run. That's the only difference.
55 on Tom, I think. 11 plus 35 is 46.
That hits.
Here's the last one. 30 plus 7. 37.
That misses.
So hit you twice. Plus 6 evil. So here's
Alright.
plus 17.
Surely damage times it by 2 if you want.
Uh-oh. No, you don't want to time that by 2. 10, 20, 23
Sure.
plus 17 is 50. 50 on the first hit.
50? Okay.
Yeah. And then 17, 20, 30 on the next one.
All right, so make a save, Tom, or die. Just don't roll 1 for fortitude save.
Did you curse him?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, good job. You made it.
Should we cut back to the mansion? Should we cut back to the mansion? Here. What's happening back in the mansion, Will?
So,
Golems
how
is
do you
gone.
think? Like, what do you think is the metal that can stay solid longest? Like, all we see is fire around us. I mean, there has to be. What do you think is the last metal that stays in one piece?
Kurt's sleeping. Everybody's resting back in the mansion. Yeah. I mean, it's louder when he's a fireman. All right, back to the damage. All right, Mel, whose turn is it?
And
Viv.
All right, Viv. He goes.
All right, I go-
Hey, Viv. He tells you an abyssal.
I don't understand him, so. Speak
No, only
vessel.
Therman can understand him.
Okay. All right, never mind. You think he was trying to convince you of something?
Yeah.
Oh, stewardess, I speak Abyssal.
Just to have your friend.
So the first one is going to be 47 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. 12. So the first hit's going to be 50 points of damage and 4 points of positive energy. Oh, shit, I've been doing this wrong. 2d6 of positive energy. I read that wrong.
So Brett, I wonder if that just works that he takes that good damage over the positive energy, like it would at stack.
So it's going to be 11 points of positive energy. I totally read that wrong. It's a 2d6 of positive energy.
I think it is extra, Spencer.
Really?
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an extra on top of it.
61.
So that's first.
Okay.
The second, I'm gonna roll to try. Sorry, it's a heavy dice. I'll be right back. All you guys.
Sorry, it's a heavy dice.
That is a fumble.
I'll be right back.
Let's just consider that a fumble.
It was a 12.
4 points of embarrassment damage.
I don't know.
You gotta reroll. It's a
Okay,
reroll.
fine.
It's a reroll.
14 plus 32.
46. All right, hits. All right, and roll your is your third attack.
Last one. It's a 14 again, so 14 plus 27.
That missed.
Okay.
It lets out an astounding yelp that you guys have never heard anything like, and and it sort of rumbles after Mel hits it, and you see it start to bleed like fire, and it explodes.
Oh,
No.
shit.
Nice.
It explodes on us?
Like a balloon.
Yep, like a balloon. It just goes pop.
Is there anything that he had left behind, like his whip or his axe? That
You
I
can look for it. The ashes of this place are going to be pretty heavy duty.
We're both gonna make a DC save. It literally explodes like a volcano on you guys.
Yeah, you guys are making a reflex save now.
DC 45 reflex.
And Mel, good job. That was awesome.
Yay! I rolled a 2.
I rolled
Not
a
so
15. 48.
All right, so you get half damage, Tom, and you get full damage, Viv.
Okay, and the whole place takes the damage because it's a 100-foot area. So it's yeah. Hey, hold on,
Did
please.
Did I? Sorry.
Hold, please.
No, you didn't.
Ignore me. No, I was looking at the defense buffs that I have, and that was 3 normal. Okay. Do I get any stars, please?
Yes.
Let's see if you survive first.
I survive. I have ferocity.
I mean Tom. Viv,
you get one reroll tonight.
That's true.
All right, everybody. I was cleaning up.
I take half damage, though.
So.
What vomit?
What happened?
Kid vomit.
Oh no!
Is it sick? Campaign that you're
He
playing?
got so excited.
He did. It was a hard partying Friday night. Pizza followed by M&Ms with popcorn with M&Ms in it.
Dude, you need to check your kid into rehab because at that point
Dad's
he's
in
just going
charge.
off the rails.
Exactly.
What are you
Look how
feeding
we
that
turned
kid?
out, Jonathan. Seriously, get your son on the right track now.
You need to get him on. First of all,
Sins of the father. Sins of the father.
Honestly, you can't do that mix without giving him Coca-Cola. You know, it just doesn't work.
That's true.
You have to give him
Clear, you know what?
Coca-Cola.
Clearly, exactly. The whatever's in it coats the stomach and would burn away all the popcorn.
All right, here we go.
You're right. Amateur hour.
Metabolizes.
Whoa, that's what the hell is that? What is that roll?
Whoa.
How many stars, Spencer?
It's 16d10.
You get one reroll tonight,
damage.
Viv,
I get a reroll.
for winning that. 10.
Exploding Baylor's a good band name.
Hey, Spencer, 16d10. Spencer.
I'm sorry. I was rolling a d6.
Wait, 16
Why was I
D10
rolling
for half
D6s?
damage?
No, it's
Those are d6s. 16 d10 is yeah. That's it. That's 80 points of damage average.
well. Tom's kind of at that area where he can probably fall.
No, it's 80 points at least.
No. I took 50 and I took something else, so I only took
The
about
Spellcase Tom is at 99 right now.
Okay,
So
so
Spencer rolls
there's-
well. He could killed with
There's
the blizzard.
Is that what the extra
9,
26 that I got?
10.
10.
Whoa,
8,
those are some high
28.
rolls.
There's 28 with 4.
Oh my gosh.
38.
Jesus.
52 with 8. 52 with 8. Oh my god, that's 3 9s and a 10.
What?
58.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You're gonna get
58,
This
68,
can't be happening.
78, 86,
Oh, he's above average now.
95, and that's
No,
a 12.
Hold on, before the last roll.
95, 100, 116, 120.
Oh, it's a sick roll. You
120
rolled really
points.
well.
I'm imagining the inside looks like it's going insane, but if you're standing outside, it just shudders.
Well, he made the
because it's already
save, so he
built
gets
the
half
code
damage, so he's good.
You also
and I got
have
the
an extra,
26
extra temporary
hit points too from you, right? So I don't know if you gave me those
for
extra
rage.
points.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You have an
Okay.
extra 26 temporary hit points.
Okay. All right.
Wow,
So we're alive.
swift work of a Baylor.
Oh, Jesus.
You're very alive. Yep.
Can I search for something that he had?
Did Mel take the damage?
She took
Yeah.
full damage.
Dude, I have
wait,
368
both you got to roll a save. Don't roll 1 or you're dead.
See?
For
Be
massive
honest.
damage. Be honest.
20! I'm rolling a lot of 20s today.
Wow.
All right.
Awesome.
Is that the silver one?
It is the silver one.
Nice.
Nice job.
I've been rolling this all campaign.
Mel
Not
putting
change
the
your
loaded
dice.
dice and loaded dice rollers.
Yes. She's rolling with a star medal.
Nice.
I don't know if you can see it, but
That's
Yeah,
very
It's
nice.
kind of glary, but we can
Viv.
do it.
Beautiful.
To answer your
get back
question,
to
it has a
family.
very evil sword. Its
then-
presence is evil,
okay.
and you think you could wield it better if you were evil, but it looks
Yeah.
super special. It's cold iron, it's silver.
Okay, I take it and put it in my bag of
Yes. You want that for
Yeah.
demons.
holding. I do. What would I type it in for?
Oh,
my...
actually, in 2E, the whip is not made of flame. It's a cold iron whip.
Oh, cool.
Is that true?
I want that.
No, it's
Nipples.
made of flame.
Oh, yeah, it's a flame whip.
Yeah.
No, it's a cold iron silver flame whip.
Yeah, but it's an item. It's not ethereal.
I take both.
Oh.
What do I type in?
Cold iron silver flame whip.
A Vorpal cold iron,
Cold iron silver
longsword.
longsword that's evil.
Wow.
Jesus.
Or
Oh, it's
cold
evil, though. It's evil, though.
iron.
Here, I'll text it
Oh,
to
they're
you.
both evil. They're both evil.
Both evil. That's fine. We can probably sell it for something even better down with the.
Sell it for something good.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
It's true.
Oh, by the way, the church is leveled.
Sail
It suits Therman.
good.
But you
Thank you,
have your
Brett.
thing.
So,
Viv, it also has like that item that Tom wished for.
no, I have
you
that.
got
Oh,
the
well,
first.
I just let him get it.
Oh, okay.
No way, dude. You got
Just wanna let you know.
the first whisper.
So I picked the first whisper. Thurman picks up the
That's so
first whisper.
good.
Viv, it's time to go home.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Thurman collects his clothes.
Just go back to Galorian.
He looks up at the sky,
Fuck you, Saren Ray.
and then with
You
that,
guys
he
leave
grabs,
the
Viv,
church.
Because you're looking at a reflection from the top of the church.
he grabs Viv's hand and he uses plane shift to shift us back into the mansion.
Okay, because the whole place just goes down as you guys plane shift.
So wait, literally the Saren Ray temple is in flames.
It just
Not used
goes
to
down,
that.
just collapses.
We're
like
on the plane of fire.
So
wasn't it
literally,
already
so
in flames to
Tom,
begin
so
with?
the Dwizard goes in there and donates a 70 gold piece scroll to get in, which is for something mighty powerful.
And
This
destroys
Baylor
the
pops
temple.
up, destroys the temple, and he bails out of the weapons and items. That's
exactly
awesome.
what happened.
She deserves it though, because she did nothing for him. So
And we plane shifted because we have to plane shift back into the mansion. It's the only way in. So we
That's so good.
back in. So we should maybe cut to the mansion before we appear back in.
I'm imagining that
you understand
that Thurman and
travel like that, Thurman. It wouldn't work exactly like that because you made a demi-plane with your mansion. So you'd need to just teleport back in front of the mansion.
Okay, so we teleport back then.
No.
Just use collective transposition.
Yeah, you would know
Teleport us
exactly
back.
how to do that.
I'm
Nice
imagining
job. Tom, you get a re-roll. That was pretty. I'm not giving you guys extra experience for that, just because it's Pathfinder 2E. But you get a re-roll as well as Mel. That was pretty awesome.
That's
All right.
funny.
Back in the mansion, you guys are interrupted by
did
these guys coming through the door. But
Got a whip and then I got a big ass
Sword.
long sword.
when you hold
Right.
it, you feel evil damage.
Boy, that's ugly.
It's like,
What do you guys
look
do?
what I got. Look what,
what kind
I
of temple
got.
did you go to?
I put it onto the table, the like long table in the middle of it, in front of the guys.
Thurman, you
Look
are
what I
trouble.
got.
He's nothing
It
but
was
trouble.
so
that dwarf.
much fun.
The dwarf
Brother,
is trouble.
I wish you were there.
It's like it's like a young couple like coming back from the fair, and when the woman's got like the giant prize carried over.
I got the goldfish.
Jesus Christ.
Jenny, I need a drink.
Nice. Yeah, well, sometimes you just need a drink. I felt like that was an adventure. I was on the road with you guys.
That got intense real quick.
It escalated quickly, as the meme says.
I really want to just do a talk show from the mansion. You guys should do like Big Brother or something from the mansion.
No, it's well, there you go, Big Brother, or
Paradise
just
Hotel.
Fellowship of something stupid down, like downtime.
So I think in order to get into character for this talk show, that somebody should like. I mean, goes out to the listeners, just in case we have one of those whales that I've heard of out there. If you give us a mansion, we are more than happy to get in character and like stay at the mansion in order to like have this talk show proper character.
This is like the TikTok mansion.
Yeah, so if you have
go.
a mansion, we're available to come role play in your mansion. Is that what you're saying?
There you go.
See? Loaded Dice Rollers on Facebook. Just get in touch. Follow us on Instagram. Listen to our podcast, right?
Limitless sponsorship opportunities. Limitless.
Yes.
No end to the
by your own imagination.
Well, fairly. We do need whenever Tom attacks something from the butt side, we do need a sponsor for that. Is that available?
Yeah.
Preparation H.
Preparation H, I would say.
There you go. There you go. Don't leave home without it.
That's right.
Mel, we still doing anything live? I think it's all COVID.
We're doing it live.
Oh, okay, nice.
Don't miss out. Press that subscribe button. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Loaded Dice Rollers and at GMMacleods.